What if the monster everyone feared was the only one willing to die for the girl who saved the world? What if in one timeline, Vecna didn't try to kill 11, but chose to sacrifice everything to protect her? In this reality, the Upside Down isn't just trying to break into Hawkins, it's trying to replace 11 with something far worse. And the only thing standing in its way is the very monster she once defeated. This is the story of the timeline where Vecna dies, so 11 can live. It starts the same way it always does. Hawkins is broken. The town is scarred. 4 massive gates carve through the streets, choking everything with red vines and toxic fog. The party, Mike, Dustin, Lucas, Will, Max, they're huddled in what's left of the Wheeler house, surrounded by weapons, flashlights, and desperation. And in the middle of all that chaos, 11. But something's wrong. She's sitting on the floor, knees pulled to her chest, staring at nothing. Her nose is bleeding, her hands are trembling, and when Mike tries to touch her shoulder, she flinches like he burned her. "Elle," Mike whispered, "what's happening?" She doesn't answer, because she can't, because every time she closes her eyes, she sees him. Vecna, not attacking, not threatening, just watching her from somewhere deep in the Upside Down, like he's waiting for something. And here's the thing nobody knows yet. Vecna isn't the threat anymore. He's trying to warn her, because in this timeline, when 11 pushed Vecna to the edge of death in their final battle, she didn't just weaken him, she created a vacuum, a power void in the Upside Down, and something ancient, something that had been sleeping for centuries beneath the Mind Flayer, woke up. The Devourer, a consciousness so old, so vast, that the Mind Flayer was just its puppet, its scout, its hand reaching into our world. And now that Vecna is weakened, it wants a new host, someone more powerful, someone connected to both worlds, someone who can open gates with her mind. It wants 11, and Vecna is the only one who knows. In the Upside Down, Vecna is barely alive. His body is broken. Vines hold him together like sutures. His breathing comes in wet, rattling gasps. But his mind is still sharp, and that's when he feels it, the presence beneath everything. The thing that had been controlling him all along, without him even knowing. The Devourer whispers to him in a voice older than time itself. "You failed, Henry, but she will not." And Vecna sees it. A vision, a nightmare. 11 standing in the center of Hawkins, but her eyes aren't brown. They're black, completely black, void-like, infinite. And from her body, gates are opening. Not 4, not 10, hundreds, all across the world, every city, every country, every corner of the planet consumed by the Upside Down. The Devourer doesn't want to invade Earth. It wants to erase it, replace it, turn the entire planet into an extension of itself. And it will use 11 to do it. Vecna's vision shifts. He sees Mike screaming 11's name, sees the party trying to reach her, sees her raising a hand, and Mike's body crumpling like paper. She doesn't even blink, because the 11 they knew is gone, overwritten, consumed from the inside out. And Vecna realizes something that breaks what's left of his twisted heart. He created this. When he touched the Mind Flayer all those years ago, when he opened the first gate, when he played God, he woke this thing up. And now the only way to stop it is to die. Not just die, sacrifice himself. Take the Devourer into his own mind, trap it inside himself, and drag it so deep into the Upside Down that it can never reach 11 again. But first, he has to make her listen. 11 is alone in the bathroom, gripping the sink, staring at her reflection. Blood drips from her nose. Her hands won't stop shaking, and in the mirror, she sees him, Vecna, standing behind her, not physically, psychically, a projection from the upside down. She spins around, ready to fight, but he raises a hand, slowly, carefully. "I'm not here to hurt you," Vecna said, his voice ragged and broken. 11's fists glow with power. "Get out of my head." "I can't," Vecna said, "because if I leave, you'll never know what's coming." And then he shows her. He opens his mind, completely, vulnerably, and lets her see the Devourer, the vision of her becoming its host, the timeline where she destroys everything. 11 stumbles back, gasping. "You're lying. You're trying to trick me." "I wish I was," Vecna whispered. "But you feel it, don't you? The pull, the voice at the edge of your thoughts, telling you to let go, to stop fighting, to give in." 11's breath catches, because he's right. For days now, she's heard something, a voice beneath her own thoughts, whispering, promising, offering her peace if she just stops resisting. "It's already inside you," Vecna said. "It's been inside you since the moment you reconnected to the upside down. And every time you use your powers, it gets stronger." 11's voice cracks. "Then what do I do?" Vecna's expression, what's left of it, softens. "You let me save you," he said. "One last time." 11 doesn't tell the party about Vecna's warning. Not at first. Because how do you explain that the monster who killed Max, who terrorized Hawkins, who tried to end the world, is now trying to help, but she can't ignore it, because every hour the voice gets louder. "Let go, 11. Stop fighting. You're so tired. Just let go." And she is tired. So tired. Meanwhile, Vecna is preparing. In the upside down, he's severing his connection to the vines, to the Mind Flayer, to everything that once gave him power. Because if he's going to trap the Devourer inside himself, he needs to become a CAGE, not a weapon. He finds Max, or what's left of her consciousness, floating in his mind like a ghost. "I'm sorry," Vecna whispered to her, "for what I did, for what I became." Max's voice is faint, confused. "Why are you talking to me?" "Because I'm about to do something that will trap me forever," Vecna said. "And I wanted someone to know that I tried, at the end, to be something other than a monster." Max's spirit flickers. "Is this about 11? "Yes." There's a pause. And then Max says something that almost breaks him. "Then do it. Save her. Because she saved me. And if you can do that, maybe you were never just a monster." 3 days later, 11 collapses. She's in the middle of helping clear debris from the street when her vision goes black. Her body seizes. And when Mike catches her, her eyes flicker. For just a second, they're not brown. They're void black, empty. And she smiles. Not 11's smile. Something else. Mike screams her name. The party rushes over. But by the time they reach her, her eyes are brown again. She's gasping, crying. "I can't hold it back," she whispered. It's taking over. I don't know how much longer." And that's when Vecna appears. Not in her mind this time. Physically. He steps through a gate in the middle of the street, his broken body held together by vines, his eyes glowing faintly blue instead of red. The party raises their weapons. Mike steps in front of 11. "Stay back!" Mike shouted. But Vecna doesn't attack. He drops to one knee, slowly, painfully. "I'm not here to fight," Vecna said, his voice echoing across the broken street. "I'm here to offer a trade." Hopper, gun raised, steps forward. "What kind of trade?" Vecna looks directly at 11. "My life for hers." Vecna explains everything. The Devourer, the corruption spreading through 11, the timeline where she becomes its host and destroys the world. "There's only one way to stop it," Vecna said. "The Devourer needs a powerful mind to anchor itself. Right now, it's chosen 11, because she's the strongest psychic on Earth. But if I take it into my mind, if I absorb it the way I once absorbed the Mind Flayer, I can trap it, lock it inside me, and then drag myself so deep into the upside down that it can never escape. Mike shakes his head. You're lying. You just want to get close to her. I don't expect you to trust me, Vecna interrupted, but ask her. Ask 11 if I'm lying. All eyes turn to 11. She's silent for a long moment, and then, quietly, he's telling the truth. The party erupts in argument. Joyce is shaking her head. Hopper won't lower his gun, but 11 is staring at Vecna with something that looks almost like understanding. Why? 11 asked. Why would you do this? After everything? Vecna's expression is unreadable beneath the scars, but his voice is almost human. Because you were right, he said. When you sent me here all those years ago, you were right to stop me. I became a monster. I hurt people. I took lives. He pauses. But you're not like me. You fought to save people, to protect them. And if I let the Devourer take you, then every death, every nightmare I caused, it will all happen again, but worse, because of me. Vecna looks at Mike, at Hopper, at the party. I can't undo what I did, but I can stop what's coming, and if dying is the price, then I'll pay it. The plan is set. Vecna will create a psychic link with 11. He'll pull the Devourer out of her mind and into his, and then he'll sever the connection and retreat into the deepest part of the Upside Down, where no gate can reach. But here's the thing nobody says out loud. Once Vecna absorbs the Devourer, he'll be conscious, awake, feeling it claw at his mind for eternity, alone, in the dark, forever. It's not death, it's worse. They set up in the center of Hawkins, where the gates converge. 11 sits across from Vecna, their hands almost touching. The party surrounds them, weapons ready in case something goes wrong. Mike crouches next to 11. You don't have to do this. We'll find another way. There is no other way, 11 said softly. She looks at Vecna. Are you ready? Vecna nods, and they connect. The moment their minds touch, 11 screams. Because the Devourer doesn't want to leave. It fights. It claws. It rips through her consciousness like a living wound. But Vecna is stronger than anyone expected. He wraps his mind around the Devourer like chains, like prison bars, like a tomb. Come to me, Vecna whispered into the void. Come to me and leave her alone. And slowly, agonizingly, the Devourer is pulled out of 11 and into Vecna. 11 collapses, gasping. Her eyes are brown again, fully, completely. But Vecna is screaming. His body convulses. Black veins spread across his skin. His eyes flicker between blue and void black. And inside his mind, the Devourer roars. You cannot contain me. I don't have to, Vecna gasped. I just have to trap you. And with the last bit of strength he has, Vecna severs the link. He stumbles back toward the gate. The vines reach for him, pulling him in. Mike lunges forward. Wait, what happens to you? Vecna looks back, and for the first time, he smiles. Not a cruel smile, a sad one. I become the cage, he said, and then he falls. Into the Upside Down, into the darkness, into a place so deep, so far from any gate, that no one will ever reach him again. The gates begin to close. The vines retreat. The sky clears. Hawkins is free, but Vecna is gone. 3 months later, Hawkins is rebuilding. The gates are sealed. The Upside Down is quiet. 11 lives with the Wheelers now. She's learning to be a normal teenager. No powers, no visions, just L. But sometimes, late at night, she feels something, a presence, faint, distant, like an echo from far away. And she knows Vecna is still alive, still conscious, still holding the Devourer inside himself, alone in the dark. She tells Mike one night, lying on the roof of his house, staring at the stars. "He's still there," she whispered. "I can feel him. He's suffering." Mike takes her hand. "Is there anything we can do?" 11 shakes her head. "No, he made sure of that. He went so deep, there's no way to reach him." She's quiet for a long moment. "He saved me," she said, finally. "The monster everyone feared saved me." Mike squeezes her hand. "Maybe that's what makes a hero," Mike said. "Not being perfect, but choosing to do the right thing, even when it costs you everything. And in the upside down, in a place where no light reaches, where no sound echoes, where time has no meaning, Vecna sits in the dark. The Devourer claws at his mind. It screams, it rages, it promises him anything if he'll just let it go. But Vecna doesn't move, doesn't break, doesn't give in, because somewhere, far away, a girl with brown eyes is living the life he stole from her. And that's enough. "You're welcome, 11, he whispered into the void. And the darkness swallows his words. And that is the timeline where Vecna sacrificed himself to save 11. A story where the villain became the hero by choosing to suffer forever. What do you think? Could Vecna ever truly be redeemed? Or was his sacrifice just another manipulation? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more Stranger Things, what if scenarios, hit that subscribe button. Next video, we're exploring what would happen if Will became the new Vecna. I'll see you in the next timeline.